Hi everyone. Okay, right, I've got my picture of my waves here for you to just have a look at. And you're going to need today either, if you've got some oil pastels, we're going to use them, or if you've just got some wax crayons at home, just any crayons will do. Just something that has a little bit of a waxy, oily feel to it. And you're going to need some either poster paints or watercolour paints. I've got a little bit of ink as well, a little pot of ink, but it's just whatever you've got at home, so don't worry if you've not got all of these things, so you can just improvise with what you have. So we're going to draw the waves with the pastels and then do some of the paint effects on top. So just move this one out of the way. And I just want you to imagine that feeling of when you were imagining that wave, that worry wave, and that wave sort of rising up and then crashing down. So we're going to draw our wave and just be really confident as you're drawing. And everyone's wave is going to be different. I'd like to do mine like this with lots of lines. Okay, and then you might use a different colour then as well. So I've got a green as well. I'm going to bring it in with my blue. And it's kind of, you need to be quite sort of brave as you're doing this and not really think too much about, oh, it's not going in the right place. You've got to just sort of be confident with your big line, your big wavy line. And maybe a smaller wave. And just use whatever colours you feel like you want to use. You might want to bring in a little bit of purple or something like that. I might do just a little bit of purple on this one. So it doesn't have to be a typical blue wave. But blue and green are very calming colours. So if we're trying to feel calm and sort of say goodbye to our worries, these are colours that are perfect. Okay, so once you have your outlines with your crayons, then it's time to add a little bit of paint. So I've got quite a nice big brush here. I'm just going to use some water and just a little bit of poster paint. And then just going to go over my wax crayon with the paint, and you might notice how you get this kind of resist effect. So resist is just when the paint can't stick to the lines, because the lines have been made with a oily pastel. And if you've ever done an experiment with oil and water before, you'll notice that water can't mix with oil, so the water kind of sits on the surface. So we get this quite nice sort of effect where nothing's really mixing together. You might just then bring in a different colour, maybe a green. And I like to get a little bit splashy as well. You might want to do some little flicks. Imagine like when you're looking out at the ocean and you get the spray coming off the water. I really like that feeling when you can feel the water on your face. I don't know about anyone else, but I really miss the ocean. I can't wait to go to the ocean. And the thing is, the ocean changes all the time. The water's changing all of the time. The waves are changing all of the time. Sometimes it's very still and calm. Sometimes we feel very still and calm. Sometimes the water feels swirly or choppy. Sometimes there are huge waves. So it's like our feelings, they change all of the time. Oh, and you get a really nice little effect there where the water's just sitting on the inside of the lines. Really good. And then maybe just get a little bit more splashiness on the go. Flicky flick. Imagine that water splashing and frothing. And just don't work too much into it. If you feel like that's enough, then you can just stop. You might just want to add, you know, like another little darker bit of green in an area, or a darker blue, and just explore, just maybe mixing paint a little bit. As soon as you are happy, then just leave it, let it dry. So you need to do this at least, at least an hour before the lesson, because otherwise it's not going to be dry. And yes, and then we're going to work on top of this in our lesson on Friday and think about how we're going to surf these waves, and maybe words that we might bring into our picture as well. Okay guys, well enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you in the class. Bye.